It's not just kids crossing the U.S. border illegally, but rather illegals with ties to one of the most violent gangs in the world. It's called MS-13. Shawn Moran is the vice president of the National Border Patrol Council, and he joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks
Shawn,
for having me
who
on.
is MS-13? Tell us about this gang and why they're dangerous to Americans.
MS-13 is an ultraviolet gang throughout Central America, Mexico, and the U.S., and it's one of the biggest threats we face on our southern border. They do not hesitate to use extreme violence if necessary, and they are considered one of the top threats to Border Patrol agents.
And we've seen a full screen showing there's about 30,000 members worldwide, that they're recruited even before they're teenagers. They operate in most of the states in the United States. And now you report that these MS-13 gang members are using Red Cross telephones at federal facilities to call other gang members to coordinate criminal activity. Tell us about that. That is absolutely incredible.
Well, we know the cartels were exploiting this and continue to exploit this crisis in South Texas, so it makes sense that MS-13 and other gangs would do the same. At the Nogales Processing Center in Nogales, Arizona, the Red Cross has set up a bank of phones so that unaccompanied juveniles can call family members back home or even in the U.S., and these phones are being utilized by gang members to recruit, to enlist, to pressure people, other juveniles, into joining the MS-13 gang. And the problem is we are unable to isolate these people because they are juveniles. Our hands are tied.
Your hands are tied in what way, and what do you mean by isolation? What would isolation do in terms of stemming this type of gang activity involving MS-13 and perhaps other gangs?
Well, we're being told that we have to look the other way. If we see gang tattoos, we're not allowed to treat them any differently than anybody else that's applying to be allowed to stay here or to apply for asylum. We've had agents reporting that some of these juveniles have reported that they have committed murders in their home country. We've caught people fashioning homemade weapons such as shanks at the processing center. But because they are juveniles, they have to be treated a certain way, and you are not allowed to take them out of that general group. They all have to receive the same kind of treatment. That's how our hands are being tied.
And so basically we have a jail culture, a prison culture involving juveniles with all the problems that gangs bring in America, but without any of the strictures that you'll see in a local jail or a state prison, correct?
That's correct, and it's a security issue that we feel could really snowball out of control, and it would put agents at risk. It puts the other detainees at risk. It's activity that needs to be stopped immediately.
Shawn, this is a disturbing revelation. I'd appreciate it if you keep us up to date as to what's going on and how the federal government intends in the future to stop this wave of potential violence and gangs in these 57,000 people that have been brought here to the United States.
I'd be happy to do that.
Thanks, Shawn.
Thank you.